It's time for one last ride with the Guardians. And can this be the best one? Or could it be a stinker? We shall see. What's going on, fellow movie lovers, and welcome back to the Luke Ponto channel. And guys, we're here to bring another brand new movie review. If you guys are new here today, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below, that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. Ooh, guys, it's finally here, you guys. Today, on the docket, we are talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One of my most anticipated films of the year and one of my most anticipated Marvel projects ever. Once again, written and directed by James Gunn, as were the first two films, of course. Once again, starring Chris Pratt, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Zoe Saldana, and also bringing in Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. Oh boy, this is... I cannot wait to talk about this, you guys. So here we go. Still reeling the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own. A mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful. So if you guys don't know me personally, I adore the first two Guardians films. I adore those two films. Like, the first one I just rewatched recently, and that is my top 3 Marvel films. I absolutely love that first film. Second one, not as good. Maybe a little bit funnier than the first film, but as a story, as a film, as a narrative, not as good. But still freaking great. And all that really has to go with James Gunn and also the chemistry between our leads. I had James Gunn click into my mind because those are the first films I ever saw from James Gunn. And as his career progressed, like, dude, he is one of the most talented minds working right now. Because he now runs DC. He also directed The Suicide Squad, which is one of my favorite movies ever. And he also did the show Peacemaker. Also freaking great. And he also did the film Slither. Also great. James Gunn is just one of my favorite directors and writers working right now. He is just a genius. Like, I love James Gunn. So he had a lot to prove going into this one, because this was the final Guardians film. And yeah, there was going to be a lot to prove with this one. If he could actually pull off making a great trilogy, not just for the MCU, but just a great trilogy in general. And I got to say, you guys, walking out of this one, he did it. He did it, you guys. He made an awesome trilogy. This was just such a satisfying conclusion to this trilogy. Like, I adored this film. Like, but I do think it is a little bit better than the second one. Just a little bit. But I still don't quite think it's as good as the first film. But I'll get into a reason why. But first off, I gotta praise, of course, the direction from James Gunn. Like, the direction with a lot of these action sequences is so well done. It's not so chopped up in editing. It is just, like, you can see clear as day what's going on. And even, like, one of the action sequences during the third act is a one-shot action sequence. And it is just amazing to see. Dude, James Gunn is just, he's a genius. I gotta tell you guys, he's just a genius. And of course, I gotta praise the writing because, again, dude, it's James Gunn writing the screenplay. Like, dude, anytime it comes to James Gunn's writing, like, he just knows what he's doing, not just in the writer's chair, but in the director's chair. He knows what to do with both of those. He's good at that. And also delivering jokes and also bringing you the emotions when it's necessary. He knows how to do it, man. Like, he just brings it right to you. And this cinematography, dude, oh, wow. It is so freaking good. The cinematography is gorgeous. The effects are really good too. I can't praise the effects in this film enough. Not even just the production design. It's so well done. Like, obviously a lot of it is green screen, but it still looks great when you do put it on the big screen. Like, it is so freaking good the way that they translate it into the big screen. And of course, as I said, the chemistry with the Guardians is just fantastic. And I gotta touch on these performances. Dave Bautista is once again hilarious and awesome as Drax the Destroyer. He's been one of my favorite characters of the entire Guardians. He's so good in this. Karen Gillan as Nebula, always great in this trilogy as well. Vin Diesel as Groot. I am Groot. Always good. I always love Vin Diesel as Groot. He's so freaking funny. in this role. I mean, he's dude, and even when it comes to some of these action sequences, he's a badass. Like, he is so freaking awesome in this film. Love Vin Diesel as Groot. I do. He's such a great character, and like, seriously, the only three words he says are, "I am Groot," and he can be a total badass. Like, that's the thing I really love about Groot. He's just a badass. And Zoe Saldana, once again, is great as Gamora. But in this one, they really do kind of switch up her character, which may annoy some people. But I kind of feel like with this story and where it was supposed to go, I kind of felt like that was a good turn. Chris Pratt, my man Chris Pratt, always killing it as Star-Lord. I mean, Peter Quill has always been my favorite Guardian out of the entire Guardians of the Galaxy, which I know some people might be cussing me out for that. But I just love him. He's such a relatable character. And I just love, and also his music choices are just pitch perfect, dude. Like, I love the music. The soundtrack even, I can't praise the soundtrack enough. Always a good soundtrack, because that's the thing that James Gunn is good at, even when it comes to superhero films. He knows how to put out a good soundtrack. And again, same shows with this one too. Even probably the best soundtrack out of this entire trilogy. And there were just some songs that really had me just jamming out in the theater, just being pumped up there. It's great. The soundtrack is just awesome in this. And again, dude, Chris Pratt, I cannot praise this man enough. Like, but I feel like he's really going to be making bank this year, because the Super Mario Brothers movie just passed $1 billion. This one has potential, because my theater was packed last night, and there might be a lot of people that might go see this film multiple times in theaters that could give this film $1 billion. We shall see. I don't know exactly how this is going to go down, but we shall see. But the real show stealer for this movie for me was Bradley Cooper voicing Rocket. He has such a great backstory in this film, and the film does space out the backstory in this film. It actually kind of spaces it out a little bit in between scenes, and it really works. If it was just the entire backstory in the first half, it would have been a little bit boring, but they spaced it out, and I was really impressed with the way that they actually decided to space out his backstory. Plus, Rocket in this film has such a great character arc. Even when it gets to the third act, he becomes a badass once again. I love Rocket Raccoon. And again, he has such an emotional backstory. That actually had me in tears quite a bit in the theater. Man, dude, he had such an emotional character arc. I loved him in this. Will Poulter, as well as Adam Warlock, even though he didn't get much time on screen, he was great for what he was given, though. He was really, really good. And also Cosmo the Space Dog. What an adorable dog. Like, I'm a dog person, and I love that dog. Seriously, so freaking adorable. And the main villain in this film may not be the most compelling to a lot of people, but I thought for a performance, he was really good and really menacing. Like, and also he's brought up a lot in Rocket's backstory, and it really, really works. Mantis in this film, once again, I love Mantis, also one of my favorite characters. Great as well. Everybody brought their A game in this movie. I don't know, man. I freaking loved this movie. But is that to say this is a perfect film? No. The only slight little negative I have with this film is that it's a little bit too long. It clocks in at 2.5 hours. I think the film's a bit too long, because there were some points during the third act where I really, really started to feel the runtime, and I was like, oh god, is this going to wrap up? And once it did wrap up, it was like, okay, yeah, I see that. Again, I kind of started to feel the runtime a little bit during the third act. But other than that little nitpick, you guys, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This could possibly be the best trilogy within the MCU. It's always fighting with the Captain America trilogy and also the Spider-Man trilogy for me. But this one might be the best trilogy. We shall see within the future. But I freaking loved this movie, you guys. This is easily one of the best films of the year so far. It is so much fun, very emotional, very funny. It has a great soundtrack. The Guardians are once again great. The action is great. The editing is so good. I cannot recommend this movie enough. If you guys love the first two, you gotta go give this film your money. Please, please, I urge you all, go check out Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this weekend. You will not regret it. I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 an A. yeah, guys, I really don't think there's anything else that needs to be said about this one. I loved it. And James Gunn honestly accomplished his one assignment for this film that I thought was going to be impossible for this one. I know this was going to bring the emotions, but I did not expect this film to make me cry. It did. I'm serious, you guys. I was crying in the theater. Like, it's that freaking emotional. And on the car ride home, like when I told my parents that I cried, they're like, "Oh, was it bad?" No, I was crying in a good way. But yeah, man, I freaking loved this movie, you guys. If you guys get a chance to see it this weekend, please do so. You're not going to regret it. But of course, this is my opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Is this your favorite in the trilogy? Do you prefer the first two? Let me know all of that down in the comments below. And who's your favorite Guardian? Let me know that as well down in the comments below, because I love getting to interact with you guys. Once again, hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. Guys, we're going to be heading into a pretty busy summer here at the movie theater. A lot is coming out. Of course, Fast X is coming out. I'm going to be talking about that. Not looking forward to it, though. Then we also got The Little Mermaid coming out, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Strays, Elemental. Of course, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Oppenheimer. So many movies that are coming out this summer, you guys, that I'm really excited for. And I can't wait to continue on with you guys. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys want to see more content from me, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.